we're Matt and Laurie, two full-time travellers who usually spend our days visiting interesting places and ticking things off our bucket list. But today, we're taking you somewhere unlike anywhere we've ever been before.
You're not allowed to film here, put the camera away.
Forest City, the one and only city, creating a future city with global vision. The Forest City. It is a prime and dream paradise for all mankind. Be the prime model for the future city of the world.
Now, have you heard of Forest City? This was a $100 billion project unveiled in southern Malaysia in 2016 and was supposed to be home to almost 1 million people. But 8 years on, Country Garden is facing colossal debts and the complex is virtually empty, that many now describe as a ghost town.
Perfect, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow, we're here. When you come in and you go by kind of the dozens of apartment blocks, it seems a bit ominous, but maybe that's just kind of the videos I've seen and what I've read, so maybe I'm a little bit kind of got that bias in my head already, but really intrigued to look around here and kind of make our own mind up and see what's actually going on. We're staying at the Marina Hotel, which is kind of the really only hotel here bar one on the outside, which is the golfing hotel. Besides that, you haven't really got any other accommodation options besides a few scattered Airbnbs in the apartments. So yeah, we're a little bit early, but we're gonna see if we can check in now.
It's quite grand, isn't it? I mean, compared to where we've been staying for our budget, this is a lot grander than what we've been staying in, even though it wasn't like overly priced, was it? Was it £56 for one night, which actually isn't that bad.
Check-in?
Yes.
You're booking under whose name?
It should be under Price, Matthew.
Sign here.
Sign that? We couldn't check in early, but gives us a little chance to look around this gorgeous lobby. Nicest lobby you've ever been to?
Probably is actually, for a long time anyway.
So while we're waiting for our room to be ready, we just came outside to have a look around, and it's so nice, at least in this area. And there are people around, not many for how nice it is, but there are people around. So I wouldn't say it's a ghost town just yet. I think the true test will come when we venture away from the hotel, which I think is gonna be like the busiest area on the island.
We've actually seen more staff cleaning than we have actual visitors, and to be fair, the place is pristine. Like, everybody has a job to do and they are keeping it so immaculate. But then I suppose if there's not many people here, there's nobody to particularly messy things up. I don't know, it's an interesting...
This is really nice. It's absolutely massive. I think I can smell a little bit of damp in here. Maybe it's just because the air hasn't been sort of circulated for a while, but pretty nice. We've got Laurie.
Hello.
And we've got 2 twin beds. So it looks very nice. TV, 6 bottles of water. A workstation, it's very nice. How do I get this open? 1, 2, and we've got a sea view, or Straits of Johor view. Not bad actually. Just standing here on the balcony, you know one of the main selling points of Forest City is the vertical greenery. So it's meant to be like this forest-like environment within the buildings, and you can definitely feel that. So you've got all sort of shrubbery and trees and bushes surrounding you. Doesn't seem like it's overgrown. It's very well maintained, very lush, very tidy. Almost like a bit of a show home. And I think because they're trying to persuade people to move here, I can see why they're trying to keep it so clean and tidy. But good first impressions of the hotel, I'd say. So part of our stay included 4 tickets to the Forest City water park. I don't know why we needed 4. And also a family package meal voucher for either lunch or dinner
So we'll probably go for either dinner tonight or lunch tomorrow. Didn't know our stay included that, so that's a nice touch. We have room service, cha kei tiao, it's 25 ringgits. Kampung fried rice, that's 38 ringgits, that seems expensive. Spaghetti carbonara, 22 ringgits. Double cheeseburger, that looks nice, 40 ringgits. Ice latte, beer, tiger, beer bucket. Should we get a beer bucket?
Say again?
Should we get a beer bucket?
A beer bucket?
Yeah, and get 10 bottles of beer for 160 ringgits.
I don't like beer.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We've got a map, a tropical island residence lifestyle. So Forest City is a livable and business-friendly city that advocates green ecology and multicultural integration, providing an ideal coastal lifestyle for international owners. Trying to sell us the place.
I'm quite taken in.
Yeah, they've got you hook, line and sinker. So let me tell you about some of the main perks of living here in Forest City. It's a strategic location, vicinity to Singapore. It's a special financial zone, so I think it has particular financial and tax incentives like the duty-free area. Freehold property has no inheritance tax, and finish off facilities. Not sure what that means, do you? No. So we've gathered the hotel's really nice. The only thing to do now is to go out and have a look around the city, or island. Hi, Matt from the future here. This video is sponsored by busonlineticket.com. So since we started our world trip, we've been becoming increasingly conscious about how we travel and the way we travel. Previously, we'd use a lot of flights to travel even short journeys, but now we're trying to travel a little bit slower using bus, train, and ferries as well. And we've been loving it. So there's many benefits to slower travel, such as you don't have to get to the airport hours before the journey to check in. There's no strict baggage requirements, which is amazing. Normally, bus seats and train seats are way more comfortable than plane seats. And the main benefit is bus, trains and ferries are so much more affordable than plane tickets, especially if you're booking last minute. For the Malaysia and Singapore part of our journey, we've been using busonlineticket.com to book all our journeys, and it's amazing. They have an amazing website, but we've been mainly using their app to book our tickets for many reasons. So it's super clear and easy to use. You can easily filter your journeys by pickup point, drop-off point, time of day, and you can even filter by if your journey is reschedulable or refundable, which is super easy for us when we're traveling and things change. If you use the app or website, there's regular offers, so you can get extra money off your journey, making it even more affordable. In booking your tickets all through one platform, you can build up reward points, which can then be used for future journeys. If you want to try out busonlineticket.com, then use our discount code below for a little bit of money off your first purchase. So we've just come straight out of our hotel into this mall. So this is the Commercial Street shopping centre, and there's quite a few shops open. There's like a grocery store, there's a bouncy castle. I think this is the Chinese restaurant coming up, which is one of the few places you can actually eat here, or so I'm told. But yeah, there's a few dozen people here. I wouldn't say it's busy, but definitely not a ghost town yet. Is that open, maybe?
The lights are on, but I don't think anyone's home. It doesn't say closed or open, but there's definitely no one sitting in there.
Our first duty-free stop. There's two. Definitely the busiest shops are the duty-free shops. So we've been walking for about 2-3 minutes from our hotel, and we were like filming for like 2 minutes, and then 2 security guards came over and said, "You're not allowed to film here, put the camera away." So it's not as quiet as I thought it would be, but it's still a bit of a strange feel to the place, and can't really put my finger on what yet. Very clearly, all the duty-free shops are very busy.
Yes.
And there's not really much else, bar like a grocery store and a few other small shops.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back in, but incognito mode, just to show you a little bit more. Okay, let's go. Again, this is duty free. Tiger. So that's $79.80 for 24 bottles. 332 ringgit per. That is very cheap.
Like everywhere we go, we'll just be in one.
I thought that.
So in the one shop, There's like every corner somebody would position themselves so they could see like what you were doing.
Oh, another duty-free shop.
I mean, if you want duty free, you're definitely sorted, but
Yeah, there's loads of duty-free. Yeah, just keep having a look around. But this is empty. This one's empty. 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 All these shops are just empty. Even the ones that are open, if they're not duty-free, they're practically empty. Used to be a restaurant, no longer. That's completely empty. It looks like it's got, it's like sand and bits of gravel in there.
yeah.
That hasn't been used for some time. I do feel like as we're coming away now from like the main spots, things are starting to fray at the edges a little bit more. I mean, there's more people here than I expected. That could be because it's a weekend. But considering there's 28,000 apartments around, you'd expect it to be a lot busier. What are your thoughts on the shopping centre?
I feel like I do feel a little bit uncomfortable. It is predominantly males who are just sitting around, and which is fine, but it's very much like, oh no, you can't record anything, you can't use a camera, but you can happily smoke a huge cigar and get as drunk as you like, because there are people in here who are a little bit intoxicated. Yeah, it's just like a weird vibe. I'm sort of intrigued to see more, say, at the beach, I think now. So yeah, let's go and see what else we can find.
I think we're right next to the show gallery now, which I really want to see the whole model of what Forest City is meant to be eventually, but no, let's keep looking. That was a bit random. I've heard about the empty train cart that goes around, but there was one family on it, which is good to see.
What is it? Like, we tried to take a video with our camera and they said, no, that's not allowed. So when we asked about everyone else taking photos, it's like, no, you could do it off your phone, you just can't use a camera. But we said it's the same thing. No, can't use a camera. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't think we've ever been told about the camera, really. I don't know, it's not even anything, it's just a model. I'm so confused.
On a more brighter side, it's pretty impressive, but it's massive. Compared to what is now built and what's left to build, I can't see this ever being done, especially when they can't sell the apartments here, or they can't get people to stay here. Absolutely ginormous. I've read online that it should be finished by 2035. I've also read that the company responsible, County Garden, are $200 billion in debt, and they're struggling to sell the ones that are built already. So if this ever gets completed, don't know. We'll see. Ooh. The weather's took a turn for the worst. I think we're just gonna hide out in here for a bit. It was threatening to rain so bad for like the last half an hour, but it made everything seem so much gloomier. My kind of first impressions is that around the hotel and around the water park seems really nice. Families there, kids playing, lots of people. Seems just like a nice holiday resort. As you take a few paces away from that, the beach starts getting a bit rougher, not as much around, and starts to creep in this eerie feeling. But to be completely honest, I've watched so many videos and read so many reports on this place. I do think you come into it expecting it to be eerie and feel like a ghost city. So I'm trying to keep an open mind as much as possible. This rain doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon, so I think we're going to head back to our hotel and get some tea. I did want to eat out and see what there is to get, but when we walked through the shops and where the restaurants are meant to be, there was one or two restaurants, both were closed. So we're just going to walk towards the ominous barking sounds in this empty car park and hopefully make it out alive. Alright, we're back in the hotel now. Dinner is served from 6 till 9. No idea what it entails, so we're going to scrub up and get into something a little bit nicer and then go down for some dinner. Alright, let's go. Just sat down with our food. So it's like a buffet style restaurant. There's not much choice. So there's like fried rice, there's plain rice, there's stir fried vegetables, some sort of chicken dish and soup with a few cold salads. So it's not spectacular, but it is free, I guess. The restaurant is probably about a 10th full. It's kind of reflective of the rest of Forest City, where kind of the facilities have outgrown the demand, or the demand doesn't meet the facilities, but food's alright. So we're tucking in now. Next up is dessert selection. Not bad, a few French pastries, bit of chocolate sponge. I think this was pandan sponge. Something lemon. No idea.
I'm intrigued. Should we try this first? I was going to say we're assuming it's pandan, but that does smell like pandan. Just a little spongy cake.
Overall, I'd give this buffet 5 out of 10. Would you agree?
I think that's fair.
5 out of 10. We're just out for a evening stroll now. I want to go to the residential complexes and see like how many apartments are lit up. So this is one of the main areas of residence. You can see there's kind of scattered lights throughout the apartments, but when you think these should be full, it's still very, very empty. Just imagine if you were the only resident on your floor, or on like 6 or 7 floors. That would be really a bit creepy. Alright, we're heading back to our hotel now. What do you think overall? First day's experience?
A little bit stranger than I thought, busier than I thought, but I think, like we said earlier, it would be interesting to see what tomorrow brings, with it being a Monday, with it being a weekday. Will that have an impact? So we'll see.
There's just something not quite there yet with this. I think it's the facilities, I think, far outweigh the people here. Loads of group of just like men drinking, and occasionally families that you see. It's just something not quite right, or something just not quite perfect here yet. But it's really hard to put your finger on. I don't know, but we'll see what tomorrow holds. I wasn't going to film breakfast, but they redeemed themselves. What a selection. Have a look at this. We've got pastries. Laurie's got some Cocoa Pops. And then we've got fried egg, roti, naan, bread and butter pudding, spring roll, samosa, noodles, Thai red sauce. Very content with this breakfast selection. Fair play. Welcome to Matt's pastry review. Got a piece of donut. Not bad, bit bland, 7 out of 10. Little Danish, can't quite tell what's in it. I think it's maybe apple and berry, not much flavour, pastry's a bit stale, 5 out of 10. Pan of chocolate. Bit stale, 5 out of 10. Pastry's not great. The rest of the breakfast, 9 out of 10. Good work, Marina Hotel. Alright, it's day 2. We've just had breakfast, which was amazing. Fair play. We're just going to see today what else we can find, I guess. Excuse me, where do we rent bikes?
Level 1.
Level 1?
Yeah.
Alright, to downstairs. Thank you. Alright, get in. Let's go.
is the stupidest thing we've ever done.
This is one of the best things we've ever done. Okay, so we're both pedalling now. Just gonna do a little test and stop pedaling on my side. Oh, look at that. We've slowly ground to a halt.
Oh, also, we're going uphill.
So Laurie does this thing where she'll look like she's working at the same time, but she's actually just coasting. And then as soon as you stop, she then goes, oh crap, I've been found out. And then she starts actually pedaling. We're just coming up now to where you can get married here. Looks pretty nice. Let's have a look. This is something I've seen online. Don't know the history behind it. It's this old, worn out car that's just randomly on the beach.
Like, why is this here? So strange. But how empty is this beach now?
Yeah, so empty. All there is like staff collecting litter. Apart from that, there's absolutely no one.
Oh look, Stairway to Heaven.
Not scared yet. Getting a little bit scared. Getting very scared. You see both feet on the top step.
Was it
Fearless.
high?
Just gets quite narrow and shallow steps at the top, but feels quite fulfilling being up there. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, gonna head back to the bike and hopefully it's not been stolen. Someone just drove by in an identical bike because there's loads of them, and Laura's like, is that our bike? And I was like, I have literally no idea. It should be around this corner. Oh, I actually think that person stole our bike. Someone just took our bike. Excuse me! Excuse me. Sorry, I think that's our bike. Thank you. We got that from the hotel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You made me run for that. Go pick up my girlfriend.
You speak Chinese.
Pardon? British.
And different English.
English.
Different.
Little bit English. Yeah, good. It's nice to meet you.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Come on to these apartments now, and they look really nice. These are the ones that we came to last night, and they looked a bit deserted because there wasn't many lights on, but up close, really nice apartments.
Wowzers. Look at this. I mean, this clip alone is a good sales pitch for staying in Forest City.
We try and turn down to the left so we get a closer look at the apartment.
Yeah. Oh, blocked. Okay, sorry. Okay, can't go down there. So we're right underneath the apartments now. And again, they look really, really nice. This is just...
This is a home furniture shop.
Just an empty or abandoned shops.
There's furniture in there, but it's not actually open to buy anything.
Do you want to see if we can walk down there?
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
Let's see if we can
Do you want to park up?
So we're walking through, you can hear a bit of noise, some music coming from one of the apartments. But apart from that, we've seen a couple of people around. It's mainly nature. Maybe the odd buzz of a scooter going by. I think more down this area you see the more ghost town label applied. Especially with completely empty shops, like there's no shops open here at all. I think it's just nice to see the apartments up close. They actually look very well maintained as well, which I was surprised at, because after being, not lived in for so long, you'd think they'd become a bit, wouldn't look that great.
I think that's one of the reasons as well I don't think it is a ghost town, or doesn't feel that much like a ghost town, because it's so clean. the gardens are so pristine and tidy and lush, and there's so much staff keeping it this way that it just feels like nice. You've got this really nice place to yourself. On our way back now to return our bike, and we've had a really nice few hours. It is so much more quiet today, like a handful of people around. So it does seem a little bit quieter, but not like a ghost town. It just feels like we're really lucky and have like a resort to ourselves. So feeling quite relaxed and quite content. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. It's been a really nice way to get around. Something that we wouldn't normally do. No, I've had a great time today. Lovely. Time for ice choppy wocky doo.
So, final thoughts on Forest City. I think it's definitely not a ghost town.
No.
I think it's painted as this eerie, creepy, empty place. And it's just not the case. Yesterday there was loads of people here. I think a lot of people use it as a weekend getaway. Today it's a lot more empty, a lot more quiet. Kind of felt like we had it to ourselves.
Yeah.
But I think because it's so clean, because the beach is nice and you've got the greenery, it just felt like we had it to ourselves.
Yeah, it's really nice, and the room is lovely. We're just on the balcony now. We've got a beautiful view. It just feels really serene.
Yeah. Really nice. So I don't think it's perfect. And I think it's maybe exaggerated by the people trying to sell the property, understandably. Kind of hope that they do make good use of this land that they've reclaimed and it becomes a success. Whether they build on and continue, I don't know, and I doubt it because it's still very empty. But yeah, I don't know, not quite the ghost town that we're led to believe.
Yeah.